George Cox. On today's show, the historic Jones Tavern located in the heart of Acton, Mass. Highlights from Witches Woods and the latest production at Theater 3 on this edition of Talk of the Town. We are here at Nashoba Valley Ski Area in Westford at Witches Woods with our favorite person, Pam Fletcher. Tell us what is going on here.
Well, every month of October, every Thursday night through Sunday night, Witches Woods is in operation, and it is scary. 7 attractions now with our new edition of Vampire Passage, where the night has fangs.
So stay tuned for some haunted happenings right here at Witches Woods.
I'm with Brian Brandt, the Witches Woods show director. And Brian, boy, this is a live Halloween show. I mean, what does it take to figure out, everything from trying to get scenes planned each season to buying the different makeup and costuming for the characters? I mean, there's a lot of effort that goes into this each year at Witches Woods at Nashoba Valley Ski Area.
More time than anybody would imagine.
And when do you actually start?
Usually right around early August. And some of the planning actually starts December to January.
Don't let them fool you. They do start right after this whole thing breaks down. Witches Woods is in action right again and right away.
A couple days off.
Yeah, a few days off. So tell me about hiring the actors. I know that's one of your main roles, is trying to hire people that are going to be not only actors, but help with scene setting and everything else here at Witches Woods.
It takes some time. I like to do things the old-fashioned way. I do all the applications online, but I still drag everybody in for a face-to-face. Talking to somebody in person gives you a little bit more of an idea where they'd be better suited.
And you'll know whether they're scary enough.
But they're all scary. It's just a matter of how much.
Well, take us through some of the attractions. We're in Nightmare Mansion right now. What's the theme of this attraction?
Abandoned house. So nothing's going on here. There's nothing to see here. It's abandoned.
Yeah, sure. Wait till you walk in and walk around a few corners.
You'll have to come out and check. The house is pretty much, it looks like hoarders lived here and left it as is. Beyond that, you'll have to come check it out.
And then Keeper's Crypt, 3D Keeper's Crypt, that's always a fun one with the 3D glasses. The theme this year?
Clowns, clowns, clowns.
And clowns can be very creepy, so
They're cute. They're cute and adorable. You just want to pinch their cheeks.
And then Castle Morbid, that's another great attraction here at Witches Woods.
Monsters and beasts. That's pretty much the general go. If you don't like monsters, if you don't like beasts, stay out of the castle.
And then probably one of my favorites has to be the hayride. I mean, New England's longest hayride right here at Witches Woods at Nashoba Valley Ski Area. How long is the hayride itself?
A hair under 17 minutes, full 17 minutes of it.
And what do you expect to see when you go on the haunted hayride?
Post-apocalyptic theme this year, a little bit of everything.
And then our newest attraction at Witches Woods this year, Vampire Passage, where the night has fangs. Now, explain how this whole concept came about.
This is actually something that many of us here have been dreaming about for, I think at this point, probably 5 to 6 years. I can't remember exactly. And it's just been kind of always back-burnered, front-burnered, back-burnered, front-burnered. Well, it's happened.
Well, legend has it that 13 men took this oblong box that was wrapped and bound in chains out into the woods.
Fault, isn't it?
But they never came out, and they only found the remains.
That's pretty much what I understand, and they kind of left us something interesting to view.
Yeah, and I understand if you go out at night, you'll hear scratching and clawing and hissing, so beware.
Oh, I've already been hearing it. A little bit of screaming, too. I think they're getting the victims there.
And what are the times that you can go to Witches Woods?
We start selling tickets at 6:30. We will stop selling them at 10:30 every Thursday through Sunday for the month of October.
And what about Halloween?
We're open on Halloween. Halloween's on a Monday. I've already got the schedule memorized.
Well, Brian, thanks so much for talking with us. You know, and if you've never been to Witches Woods, you can go online to www.witcheswoods.com and take a look. And Brian, isn't it true that if you just want to check it out, you don't even need to buy a ticket to experience some of Witches Woods?
You can check out the stage show where we have various amounts of things going on. You can check out some of the midway where the carnival games are, the rides are, as well as we have some spooky and spooky whisk characters out there as well that you can catch a photo with or maybe try to chat with, depending on what their mood is.
And maybe check out a style of your next jack-o'-lantern?
We got the Pumpkin Jamboree as well as Horrorwood, too. Those do not require a ticket.
Yep, there you go. So maybe you might want to get out onto Witches Woods this October, if you dare.
Jones Tavern hosted their annual open house. We had a chance to talk to some of the board members about this historic building located in the heart of Acton, Massachusetts. We are here with Michaela Moran and Nan Toll-Millette of the Jones House, which is on Main Street, which was built in the 1700s. Tell us how you're involved there.
Well, currently I'm the president of the Ironwork Farm in Acton, Inc., who is a preservation organization in town here. We do a lot of educational things, and we're a 501c3 nonprofit, which owns the Jones Tavern, which was built in 1732, and the Faulkner Homestead here, where we're sitting outside in this lovely 6-acre parcel at 5 High Street. Faulkner Homestead is built in 1707, so it's the oldest house in town right now. How did we get involved in this? Well, I like preservation. I like old houses. We're doing good work here, and that's what we're here for.
And why is it important to keep the integrity of some of these properties? Because somebody easily could have turned these into apartments or, a business. Why is it so important to keep these historical properties?
It's our heritage. And if we lose it, we're not going to get this back.
It was amazing, too, just going through the different rooms, and a lot of the original furniture and wallpaper are still in place, built from 1700, and there's a new wing that they built in the 1800s. Tell us about that.
Okay, the Jones Tavern we're talking about is, first part was built in 1732, and then there was a large addition put on in 1818, which turned the front door of the house from Railroad Street, where it was before, to Main Street, which it is now, and it was so that two families could live in the same house. It's a wonderful thing that they did that in 1818. So
the old version of a duplex, maybe, right?
Absolutely, and the Faulkner Homestead also had that kind of a familial history, where a son and a father jointly owned the property but lived it each in half. So it's a New England tradition to share your property with your children. So,
And they were both farms, so they needed the extra help to be working their farms.
And what's interesting too is when you walk in the rooms, you're just reminded of the 1700s. If people want to take a tour, how can they arrange that?
They can request through our website, www.ironworkfarm.org, or they can email at president@ironworkfarm.org. We also are open in the warm months 3 to 5 on the last Sunday of every month, or the fourth Sunday. We always switch back and forth. So check our website, www.ironworkfarm.org, and you will see our schedule for the year. And if somebody wants a private tour, That's possible also, again, through email or the website. Interesting places, and we can tailor the tour to whatever you want to know.
So tell us about what you have going on Saturday, which is this show is going to air after the fact, so we're going to show you some highlights very shortly, so stay tuned for that. But what's going on Saturday?
On Saturday, we have our annual meeting, and the way we try to get all our members to come to our annual meeting is we have a huge party. The Jones Tavern is a Revolutionary War tavern. So once a year, we serve homemade beer in colonial attire from the Revolutionary War Tavern. It's a great party, and if you come in attire, you get a free beer, if you're old enough, that is. And the Minutemen come and help us out with shooting their muskets to start the festivities, and it's a great event. It's a great event. It's the social event of the season, I like to say.
Music, muskets, and merry men. And women.
Well, we like that. We like that. And beer. So we're going to show some highlights of that event coming up right now. And if you want more information, it's ironworkfarm.org.
Correct.
So check out their website and arrange a tour. It's a great place for you to visit here in Acton. What's in the stars for you with the latest astrology forecast from our very own Chris Flischer.
Hey, this is the astrology for the coming weeks of October 14th all the way through October 17th through the 24th. Very, very intense time. We begin the week with a bright new moon at 23 degrees Aries. This illuminating time also aligns with Uranus, the planet associated with surprise, rebellion, and invention. What does a full moon aligned with Uranus present? The combination of these two cosmic entities may deliver a revelation that startles the world or upsets what appears to be a planned trajectory. Full moons are known for their power and ability to deliver events with startling clarity. When we combine that energy with the uncertainty of Uranus, we can expect something of fairly dramatic proportions. Is this when we learn of the much-touted October surprise? Is this the year the Chicago Cubs win the pennant after 102 years of being in the underdog of Major League Baseball? This comment is not to speculate on what this alignment might offer, but that is the type of event that might unfold. Or is this the time that the stock market tanks as it has so many other Octobers in history? Or better still, does this time herald the discovery of an inescapable flaw in one of the major candidates? A flaw that cannot be erased or forgiven. These and similar revelations are quite likely under these skies. It is the inestimable alignment of a full moon and the unruly power of Uranus that brings such topics to the headlines. Don't be surprised if such a story breaks during this period. This is leading up to the election. How appropriate is that? The week ahead will illustrate the power of planetary conjunctions or combinations. Conjunctions are formed when two or more planets hover around a similar degree in the 360-degree circle of the zodiac. When planets are in close proximity by degree, they provide an amplified impact, bringing to light the characteristics of the planets involved. This week we will witness a series of 3 sets of conjunctions. The closer the planets are by degree, the more powerful and influential the effects are likely to be. The first one will be the Jupiter-Moon conjunction, which occurs late in the week and dissipates most rapidly due to the speed of the moon. So therefore the impact is very quick. It may be big and amplifying, but it's very brief. Jupiter tends to amplify, and that comes to the realm we can expect heightened emotions for this short pairing. The next significant pairing appears between the Sun and Mercury. And although Mercury is also a fast-moving planet of influence, in this case it involves communication. So we can see the debates rolling up, and with the Sun present here, we can expect to see a heightened rhetoric regarding all forms of correspondence, such as the light is literally cast upon what is said or sent. This is very, very important. And the final one will be the conjunction of Saturn and Mars. Saturn and Mars together will force the idea, Venus and Mars. Venus and Saturn will force the idea of a compromise, doing the right thing. And I will talk to you all in a few weeks. Take care.
It is a couple days after Columbus Day, and get ready for Theater 3's production of Cabaret. It runs from tonight, which is October 12th, to the 29th. We had a chance to talk to Ed Knights, the director, about what you can expect here for the show. Tell us what people can expect.
Well, it is quite a production. It's going to be Berlin cabaret style, to the extent that we've actually taken the inside of the theater and turned it into a 1930 Berlin cabaret. We're selling beer and wine. We put in all cabaret seating, and there's going to be, of course, a live band, and the seating, the ushering will be done by the ensemble, by the Kit Kat girls and boys who are the actors in the show. So they have to come early, some of them each night, to seat the audience. And each table has a card on it that is can be either green side up or red side up. So if someone doesn't want to be teased a bit by anyone, they can turn the red side up of their card. And if they don't mind that, they may be teased. They might even be brought up on stage to dance a bit with the MC.
Local performers from all over New England star in the shows at Theater 3. Ed Knights had a chance to sit down with some of the cast members of Cabaret on how they got started in show business.
I always say I got involved with theater because of McDonald's. Because my father and sister have been in it for years, and when they were doing shows, they used to go out for McDonald's after during Tech Week, so I wanted to be part of the McDonald's club. So I joined in theater, and I started with my first show being the Music Man in Sterling back in 2003 or 4. I was playing the role of Winthrop Peru, and I caught the bug, and it's been 10 years and I think 65 shows later.
So I grew up as a dancer. I've been dancing since I was 4 years old. And then when I was in high school, my sister was really into theater. And when I was going to see her shows, I thought it was so exciting that I started to audition as well. So then I minored in theater in college, and I've continued to do community theater since then.
So when I was about 6 years old, I was on summer vacation from 1st or 2nd grade. And my mother didn't want me, just sort of sitting around for the summer, so she said, I'm going to find an activity for him to do. And she signed me up for summer theater classes in Milford, which is the town I grew up in. And the summer theater camp, more so. And that's really when that started. I just got really hooked with that, and I loved the idea of singing in front of people, of telling jokes, having fun, making people laugh, and so I really got into it then, and did those summer camps. And then the first musical that I did I was probably 11, and I think we did Bye Bye Birdie was the first one. Wow. So and just been going since then.
Cabaret runs at Theater 3 through the end of October. Ed Knights, the director of the show, tells us what the audience can expect.
It's definitely adult themed, and so the ushers will be speaking with a German accent, except for one of the characters named Texas. He'll have a Texas accent, and there's another one named Frenchie, and she will have a French accent. So it's been in production since we started work in it last February, when I'm the director, and it was my job to find, first off, a producer, music director, a choreographer, and then, of course, things like lighting and sound and costumes, hair and makeup, a stage manager, so we put all that together, had auditions in June, cast the show, lost our MC after about 2 weeks and had to cast again for that key role. Had 5 people come down just to be MC and pick one of them. And so they have been dancing, choreography since July, singing since August, and they've been in my hands since the beginning of September, getting blocked as to where to stand and what to do.
And tonight is like your first show.
Yes. Yeah. Tonight is what we call the senior preview. So that's for 65 and over. It's $5, and it's kind of like a form of dress rehearsal, but it's taken by the cast as being as though it was the opening night. And then we're up for the next 3 weekends, Friday and Saturday night, and then the middle weekend there's a Sunday matinee as well.
And if people are interested and they want to see the show here in Acton, where can they get that information?
Theater3.org is the website, theatreii.org, and that has all the ticket information.
So if you're creative and you want to get involved here at Theater 3, make sure you get in touch with them. They'd love to hear from you. This is George from Talk of the Town. Well, it's the end of the Halloween season at Witches Woods at Nashoba Valley Ski Area, and if you want to learn how to do your very own zombie makeup tips, stay tuned. We are here behind the scenes at Witches Woods at Nashoba Valley Ski Area with Gretchen DeMarche and Bobby Pyle, a couple of the makeup artists here, and you're also in the show. Tell us a little bit what you do here and how you're involved.
I'm working on the makeup team as well as a vampire over in Vampire Passage, which is our new haunt this year.
You know what's really interesting too is there's a lot of people things what we're going to show you that can do at home to make some interesting makeup effects. So stay tuned for that in a little bit because they're going to do something really creepy on my arm. And Bobby, we're here with Bobby Pyle. Tell us what you do here.
I'm actually the manager of the Vampire Passage, and I got my start here being an actor 10 years ago. This is my 10th season here. I've also helped out in makeup, and I did makeup for years back before I became a manager here.
Excellent. What are we going to do to me today?
We're going to give you a nice wound. We're actually going to use stuff that you can get pretty much anywhere. We're going to use liquid latex and cotton balls, and we're going to build a wound up. And then we're going to black out the middle with some, probably going to use some black food coloring because it's easy attainable. There's plenty of makeup products that are just as well, but just for the kitchen effect, we're going to show you how to do it with the black food coloring and everything. So that's what we're going to do.
All right, well, let's get started. Let's put something creepy and gross on my arm. Here we go. All right, so now, Bobby, I see that you have some latex going on with some cotton in there. So tell us what kind of effect you're going for.
What I'm going for is like almost like the skin got like pulled up, like a wound. Right in the spot in the center, you're gonna have like a nice black spot, nice deep. It's gonna look like a big wound in the back of your hand. Like the skin's all like was maybe swollen and then popped. So like you got some type of bad infection on the back of your hand.
So the first step that you did was you put the latex on first, kind of in the area. Then you applied the cotton, and now you're applying more latex over the cotton. And people at home want to try this.
Correct. Yes. The best thing is when you do the cotton ball, most of them you can just like unravel, and you're gonna want to flatten out. So just make sure you unravel it and flatten it out, and you want to do it in layers. You're not gonna do it in like one big cotton ball because it just won't work right. You want to flatten it out and build it. That's why it's called a cotton build, because you build it up slowly over time. So you like layer the latex in and everything. And don't be surprised when you're at home when you're doing this if you feel your skin start to like pull, because once this dries, the skin will like shrink, and like as it shrinks, it'll pull your skin. It's not doing anything bad to you. It's just the nature of the beast.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna let it dry. We're gonna maybe take the air dryer. I'm gonna run around the block, and we'll be back with step 2 of the gory transformation. Stay tuned. So right now we have the latex and the cotton stuff that you can easily get at a store, and now we're doing step 2, which is
Painting, which is the more fun part, in my opinion. But, I mean, you usually need a good sculpt, good paint, beautiful piece.
All right, here we go. We're going to make something creepy. So how many people do you have to get, I mean, you do the makeup here at Witches Woods. How many people do you have to do at the same time to get ready for the evening?
Roughly, I think it's about 100 to, it's 120 to 150 usually a night is what we usually do. And that's usually within an hour and a half time span.
So in an hour and a half, you get everybody ready in makeup and full costume here at Witches Woods.
Yes.
I was bitten by the neighbor's dog, Doctor. I don't know what happened. I woke up and I had this on my hand. I think I need some antibiotics. All right, so we made this out of latex, food coloring, and cotton, folks, and you can do this at home. And I can't wait to see what you guys are going to do this year here at Witches Woods. Over 150 actors get transformed into creepy creations. Here's Pam Fletcher with her vampire makeover.
Believe it or not, yes, I am Pam Fletcher, and moments from now, I will be transformed into the Lady Vampire. She is our lead for Vampire Passage, the new attraction here at Witches Woods. Many of you don't know about the legend of the 13 men that took the oblong box that was bound in chains out into the woods, and when they returned in the morning, nothing was left. Now you hear hisses and fangs looking for victims.
Folks, she's all dolled up, ready to go on the town at Vampire Passage, that is, with Pam Fletcher. Tell us when this all starts.
Well, we open on September 30th. We are open every Thursday through Sunday, 6:30.
Well, you're looking lovely, and if you want more information on Witches Woods, visit their website, and Pam, she's going to go haunt them now.
WitchesWoods.com.
We're going to be featuring all types of segments coming up from Nashoba Valley Ski Area in Westford this winter. If you have a show idea, maybe you want to be a correspondent, drop us a line at ActonTV.org. For all of us at the channel, we want to wish you a great week. I'm George Cox. We'll see you again next time.